What's up, everybody? It's your girl Rivah. I'm back again with another video. If you're new here, it's nice to meet you. I'm here to give you guys my full, honest opinion, perspective, feelings, thoughts about this entire video. So make sure you guys, if you are new, hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. I'm going to try not to pause and stop, the video too much, but I still want to give you guys my full, honest thoughts about the content. So I'm just going to go ahead and press play. And we're going to jump in. We're going to see why she's not married, right? Beautiful woman. We definitely seen her like back in the day in some movies. Let's see what she has to say.
And so it's like some people might say, oh, when you get older, you can't have kids, or are you worried about this? Are you worried? I'm not. I'm not worried about marriage. I'm not worried about kids because I know it's what I want.
So, kind of speaking in the terms of marriage and being a wife, I can only assume that, you have been proposed to. So, why aren't you currently married or haven't been married?
It's two parts, right? One is my choice. Again, I've never had that pressure, like I have to hurry up and do something, and there's 7 billion people on the planet, and then there's like my choice, my selection of men.
Okay.
I told you I don't have a lot of regrets in life. One of my other regrets are, and just so you know, right? When I'm in a relationship, it usually goes on for a while. And what happens is I've learned that I have this thing about me where it's like I tend to go towards relationships where like I'll fall for a guy that I'm like, you ever hear women say they fall for a guy with great potential? Like I know I'm the kind of chick where if you were with me, I can I cuss? Yeah, I can fucking take you to like a whole nother level in your life. And even no matter what your level of success is, like that's where I'm extremely confident. Where it's like I know the type of chick that I am, and so what happens is I end up investing that in the wrong person. And emotionally, in regards to time, and you can't get time back. And it's like, and then you can build somebody up, and then you build them up so much, then they start to feel like they're above you. You know. And so it's like it's my choice that I'm waiting for that feeling or for that individual, and then there is the bad choices.
Kind of more so falling in love with potential.
Yeah.
So I think this part is actually really interesting, and it's a little contradictory, right? It's a little contradictory. It's your choice, but however, you regret the fact that you were investing into people or investing your time, your youth, whatever it is, with people who were undeserving of that. But if you truly are okay with the state that you're in right now, if you're truly in a space that you don't care about like marriage or you're waiting for the quote unquote thing, then that would not have even been something that you even had to mention. Okay, you would just be like, yeah, like I was with a lot of people in the past and things just didn't work out because it wasn't my person. But that's actually not what she's saying. She's saying that she invested in people who obviously she felt were worth it. Obviously, she felt were worthy of her time, her space, her energy, her emotions. And they kind of like flipped the script on her. That's based off of what she's saying. And I think it's interesting. I think sometimes women come and they say that they're in the situation that they're in by choice. But when you kind of like dig a little deeper past certain layers, you realize that was it your choice, or is that just kind of like a mechanism that you're using to make yourself feel better about your current state that you're in, but the current state that you're in is based off of your own choices.
Yeah. Because then they end up like leaving or cheating or doing something stupid with somebody who's like 10 levels, 10 like bottom feeders.
Yeah, that typically happens.
Oh God! And then when you see who it's with, and you're just like, clearly I was wasting my time.
When you said that you can elevate your partner,
yeah,
in what terms? Mentally?
Whatever is required, whatever is.
Because you sound like a pimp.
I told you I have friends that are.
So tell me,
they're not really those kind of pimps.
What is Katie's crash course for someone that is dating you? How do I get elevated?
There's no manual. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, you know, if you're if you're involved in hedge funds or you know, things like that, then it's like there's ways that I can maybe show you some things and build you up and see where you know where you're weak and where you're strong and you know, those type of things. If you know, it just depends on, you know, it's just like Operation Build 'em Up.
Okay. So in the space of building him up, are you falling for younger men?
There's no. Now,
Okay.
see, that's the thing. I can't be with someone that I can't, because communication is like
There's some mature
everything.
young people.
There are some mature young people, but there are just certain things that I don't know that I have the patience to endure.
I find this. Sorry, I hit the mic. I find this really interesting because she says that she can't be with a younger man, right? She says that she would not. She would not date a younger man. But she's in a state where, you know, she's kind of like being the leader, right? She's kind of like being the guide. Oh, I can build them up. I can make them, you know, more successful. I can teach them things. I can show them the way. And then she used a very key word. She said, and then they cheat on you with people who are bottom feeders. If you know me, okay, if you know Rivah, even if you're new here, let me just tell you something. That's like the biggest thing that is gonna make me feel some type of way, right? Is you thinking that you're above somebody else because of maybe your position, because of the fact that maybe you're known, because the quote unquote bottom feeders that you feel like are so beneath you, more times than not, those women do not have problems getting into a relationship because they know how to play their role, right? They don't have to build up the man. Okay, when I say build up the man, I mean like they don't have to be the one that's talking about like, oh yeah, I can show you how to get this and I can show you how to be on a certain level. I can make you into the man that I actually wanted to attract, but I couldn't attract that man. I got you. So I'm trying to make you into somebody else. They're trying to basically be in control of the situation with that man. And then these bottom feeders that you're talking about are women who are just peaceful, calm, chilling, know when to relax, know when to speak up, know when not to, know their space in the relationship and in the world of their man, right? But while she's talking, there's one thing that constantly like ticked in my head, and it's that women who are very beautiful, right? I would say she's very beautiful, especially when we saw her like in Friday and stuff like that. Women who understand the mindset of a man and probably have dated men with certain mindsets, they end up taking on that mindset and then they turn into the man in the relationship. Okay? So now they're the leader, now they're the guide, now they're using you for whatever they want to use you for. Now they are the one that if you don't get on my program, if you don't get on my page, then you can get to step in. They become that type of person because that's all they've kind of been around. A lot of women like that have a lot of male company as well. So with that company, they're so influenced and they don't realize it that they don't even know how to be the woman in a relationship. They're actually operating in the relationship as a man. And for some men, it starts off like, that's cool, right? Because I can relate to her so much. Like, she's cool, she's down. But at the same time, they never want to feel like they're in a relationship with themselves. The balance is necessary.
Or to withstand, deal with. I don't know, it's like being with somebody and you play music and they just have no clue what song it is. You know what I'm saying? And music is like everything.
I've had friends and even women that I've dated who didn't have children or weren't married at the time. It seems that your family always puts like a lot of pressure. Like, where your man at, or what has your family's relationship been in your love life?
My family, they don't do that. My family are like my best friends. And they know when I bring someone around, they just kind of observe. They know that I know what I'm doing, and they also know that if they see red flags or if they see something, they can come to me and tell me. And if my family tells me that they see something, because they know me better than anybody, so if my family comes to me and tells me that they see something ain't right, yeah, they like it, no, they like it, like, I listen. Sometimes they don't say something because they might say, oh, she's too far gone, she's not gonna listen or whatever, but it's always a village decision.
Yeah, they gotta pass the test.
Yeah.
You did mention that one part of it.
What do you guys think about that? About somebody having to pass the test of the village, Again, I think more context is needed. Like, are there a lot of married people in her family? Are there a lot of successful marriages that she's seen in her family? Because sometimes you have to take that red flag or information that people provide you with a grain of salt, with a really, really fine grain of salt. Okay. Put it in your pocket and use it if you need to. So, I think it's more of what she said the first time, that maybe there's a lot of people who are not saying anything because they already know how you are, right? They already know that you're not going to be receptive. It's not going to matter anyway. But even the people who do provide like solid, sound advice or are trying to tell you a flag that they see, I think it's necessary to take it with a grain of salt.
Have chosen not to be married. Is it like you just love being single?
No.
Why? Because you also want to be married. But
actually, that's a lie. I like being single.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love it, but I like it. But I feel I like being in relationships because I'm like, okay, I got that part out the way.
Right.
Now I can go get my hustle. I can go focus on, getting money and doing whatever, that part, or working as a team, whatever it is.
Right.
But, I just prefer to be in a relationship, but I'm not one of them kind of people that gets out of one and jumps into another one. Like, I need at least 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah, at least like 2 years, wow. 2 to 3 years to get back. Because if it is with me, if it ends, it's like, there's a lot of stuff that's happened in that time. Gotcha. There's a lot of amazing locations, memories, moments. You know what I mean? You roll with me, like, your life is gonna be full of some shit you'll never forget. So you gotta deplete all that.
So if a man rolls with her, she's the best option. If he rolls with her, it's going to be full of some stuff that he's never seen before. It's going to be full of thrill. It's going to be full of excitement. It's going to be full of so many different things. Because she's just so great and so dope to be in a relationship with. And she doesn't like to be single, right? She said that she does not like to be single. She prefers to be in a relationship. Most women, if they're honest, prefer to be in a relationship because, as she's saying, they don't have to put their mind elsewhere, their stress elsewhere. They can focus on building in other ways. But if these things are true, right? She likes to be in a relationship. She doesn't love to be single. She's so dope that, when you're with her, your life changed. You experience so much stuff because she's so amazing to be in a relationship with. Where's the man? Is the question. And what is the the space that breaks off, you finding that man, you attracting that man, and you actually staying in a long-term relationship, getting to the marriage with that person? Where is that space?
So, is there a fear though that you have in closing out in the space of marriage? Do you fear like it may never happen?
Oh no, I don't fear that at all. Mm-hmm. It's like having children. I've done my best to try to preserve myself, as best I can. Um, I'm not like a big partier and a hardcore drinker and things like that. I've taken really good care of myself. I get plenty of sleep. I drink a lot of water. And so it's like some people might say, oh, when you get older, you can't have kids, or are you worried about this? Are you worried? I'm not. I'm not worried about marriage. I'm not worried about kids because I know it's what I want.
Right.
Like, I have to reproduce. That's when you, like, if and I don't trust medicine.
I got you.
I don't trust what a doctor is going to say. Oh, you're just not producing what you need to produce. You can't. That's where God comes in. Mm-hmm. And so far through my life, I've pretty much gotten everything that I've wanted.
Got you. So the game plan is marriage, and then the child, or would you feel the type of way if you were baby moms?
Next question. That's just not something. Let me tell you why. Okay, I have nothing against baby mamas, but I'm gonna tell you, like, I love who I am. I love my personality. I love the way I make people feel, and I love how I just love the person, the woman that I am. And I feel like if a man were to give me a child and then leave or cheat or just do something that causes us to no longer be together, I fear how that would change my personality.
So she's saying that she loves herself and all this kind of stuff, and I believe her. Okay, I definitely believe that this woman has a lot of self-love. Okay, the whole time in this conversation, I've never heard of anything that a man has imparted in her life, anything that she feels like she might be missing, lacking, or whatever the case is. It's very clear that it's all about her. When you get with her, she can elevate you, she can lead you, she can guide you, she can take you from zero to hero. She's above all the rest, she's the highest, she's all of these things. But in the same exact breath, she's also saying that she doesn't trust medicine. She doesn't trust all these things. She knows for a fact that she's going to get what she wants. And I think that this is where she said that's where God comes in. And I think that sometimes, and this is not all the time, right? This is not all the time. And I'm not even just talking about this exact thing that she said. I'm just talking about in general. Sometimes where they put the word God, it's really a sense of their own delusion, right? Because logically speaking, they can't figure out if they're going to be able to, have a child at 45, 50, 55, and it be whatever the case is. And I'm not saying that with her, okay? And we're also Black people. So we defy medicine all the time, okay? We definitely do. Our bodies are capable of doing a lot of things. However, I'm just saying that a lot of people use that term like, oh, well, that's where God comes in, or that's where faith steps in. And it's like, but what about like our logical thinking? Like, what about the reality that we are actually experiencing? Like, not based off of, what if or hope or faith, but like the things that we can actually control, that we have control over. You know what I'm saying? So she's saying that it absolutely has to happen to her. Like, it's not an if and or but. Like, she definitely wants to have children, but there's no prospect, right? She's not in a relationship with anyone. And then she also said that she doesn't want to be a baby mom. She actually wants to be a wife. So then you would have to be in a relationship, dating, courting, and all this kind of stuff for that to even occur, So I think sometimes, and again, things happen. Life happens, the universe be coming through, you know what I'm saying, for you, and like what you really put your mind to, you will see. However, sometimes when people are such a stickler and then they try to lean on faith, it doesn't really work that way. Sometimes you know, undoubtedly knowing that you have to have a child is sometimes adoption, right? So I think, I don't know. I think sometimes being such a stickler is where a lot of people have an issue.
I don't believe all these women are crazy. That my baby mama, she crazy. I don't believe it's hurt. I think it's the hurt. I think this woman really believed that was gonna be it. You was gonna be her Mr. Forever, and that when that baby came, not all. I know some people might have a motive or whatever, but I don't think these women all start off crazy like that. Right. But I'm gonna just tell you, like, I can't even imagine having to watch another woman raise my child. I can't even tell you what that must feel like to have to be okay with another woman playing mom. Like, I don't know what that.
Let me ask you a question. So, you guys in the comment section, yes, I'm talking to you. Let me ask you a question. So she's saying that she can't imagine, you know, if it broke up or if something happened or, you know, if there was another woman in the picture who's playing mom. How did we get here? How did we get to your relationship already off rip not working out? Right? So he's asking her, like, how would it be if you're a baby mother? No, there's different aspects, right? There's a lot of different aspects that can occur. But the only reason why she's like, I can't imagine this, I can't imagine that, I don't want this for myself, is because she's experienced so much breakup together, 2 years in between, breakup, another person, 2 years in between, like so much space and so much, so many times that there's no return on investment, right? That she's experienced, that she's already like, oh no, I would have to be married, I would have to be this. And I'm definitely down for being married before you have a child. Okay, I think it makes the most sense. I'm not gonna lie, I think it definitely makes the most sense. However, she, just based off of the way that she speaks, it's like she's already going into relationships expecting them to fail based off of her experiences.
Could you date a man, or is one of your standards, would you date a man with children?
Yeah, I've been with a man with kids.
So it's different if you're on that side of the fence.
But he wasn't like these kids were older.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? I tried to build a connection with the mom, and I never came in and was like, I'm your mama. I'm like, I'm just a female figure here to help guide you and give you some. I teach you how to cook, give you some, you know, some positive advice and things like that. I wasn't trying to come in and replace nobody, and I made that very clear. And that was like, and I tried to, you know, I had sit downs with the mom and was like, girl, look, I ain't trying to. Things didn't work out with y'all. They were separated for like 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, at that point, you got time to be crazy and then let the crazy go.
This is so contradicting, guys. So she can be the stepmom, but she never wants a situation to occur where her child has a stepmom that's not, you know, attached to her. So she's saying, oh, you know, it's been 10 years, so it's not that big of a deal. Is it though? Because some people can be separated for 10, 20 years, but I mean, people who have a child with somebody, right? They procreated with somebody, especially she said kids, so that's more than one time. There's a different kind of connection that you have with that person. So 10 years, 20 years, 30 years can go by. Some people are still feeling that same thing. So whether you want to put a title on it or not, you're not trying to step in and do this. You're not trying to step in and do that. If you are assisting in anything that's going to help that person be an adult, you're playing a certain role, right? So teaching them how to cook, giving positive advice, like that's still, it doesn't matter what conversation you have with her. It doesn't matter how close you think that you and her could possibly be or how amicable you think it can be. You're still playing that stepmother role. And you who were on that fence of saying that you were a stepmother to somebody, you're turning around and saying that you would never want that for yourself. I think that's contradictory. What do you guys think? Tell me. Let me know. Let me know if I'm tripping. Let me know if I'm right. Let me know if I'm wrong.
The baby mama.
Okay. So no to the baby mama question. You would not tolerate being someone's baby mom's.
Listen, if that's God's plan.
Okay.
But man, we talked, and that ain't what, we. Where's he at? Just kidding.
So, I do have a question, right? So, when you do get married, we're going to speak that into existence.
Thank you.
You don't plan on getting divorced?
No.
Are you going to be like, yo, we not? Because the fact of what you went through in your childhood, I'm sure that's going to be some residue there in your own marriage.
I mean, you can't stop what somebody else is going through. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like in my heart, I know what to do to make the shit work. I'm not the kind of chick, I don't argue, I don't go through your phone. I'm not that kind of, like, if we argue, if I feel like I gotta go through your phone, we don't need to be together. That's it.
Right.
Once the trust is broken, it's pretty much a wrap.
Peace is important.
That's my theory. Mm-hmm. So, it's kind of like, I feel like communication can fix just about anything. Mm-hmm. I'm a very honest person. Mm-hmm. And so, it's and I've waited this long, so it's kind of like, I feel like I'm a pretty good judge of character. I have made mistakes. Not a lot, because like I told you, my relationships are pretty lengthy. Mm-hmm. We're talking like five years plus. Mm-hmm. So it's not like
This is another contradiction. Long, lengthy relationships, 5 years plus, you know exactly what to do in a relationship to make it work. Communication can fix about anything. So what has been the issue? The title says that she explains why she's not married, but I don't think that we're getting the actual explanation. I think that there's a lot of answers to a lot of questions, but exactly why are you not married? I think that we would need like a deeper, like one-on-one context of different questions, not just what you feel, not just one-sided. Like if we talk to your exes, what would they say? Right? If we asked what has been the issue with your relationships failing in the past, I think this context would give more of an answer. I think these are just kind of like generalized statements that are coming to the forefront, and she's just answering them. But then at the same time, a more time will go by, or the person who's asking her will add more context, and then the answer kind of changes. So this video was actually recommended for me to react to by T. So T, shout out to you. Thank you for this recommendation. He really wanted to hear my thoughts and my opinions on this. Let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below. I want to hear your thoughts, your feelings, your opinions, anything that you think about this video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button on your way out. Hit that notification bell. I post a video every single day. The time varies, but if you hit that bell, it will notify you as soon as I post. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah! I love you.